Hey everybody, it's Jared Tate, the founder of the DigiByte blockchain. Today is Wednesday, March 6th, and I'm coming to you with a DigiByte development update and some more information about raising funds for DigiByte development. But before we get into that, I want to take a moment to thank everybody that is passionately out there who cares and is supporting the DigiByte blockchain. DigiByte's over 10 years old now. Here we are. A bull market started again. It's a good time. There's a lot to look forward to, and I cannot thank you all enough for making DigiByte what it is. And what it is truly decentralized. And it's so decentralized that, as many of you know, we have no central source or pool of funds to fund development. DigiByte never had a massive pre-mine. There's no centralized company. And after 10 years, it's amazing what we've been able to achieve based on volunteers and contributions from some amazing DigiByte community members. So, with that, I just want to give you a little background on where I am at right now. I know I've put out some tweets. After 10 years, I probably put about $500,000 of my own money into DigiByte development. A lot of times in the past, when we've had numerous developers, I actually personally would pay some of them out of my own pocket from behind the scenes. Unfortunately, I am no longer in a position to do that. I have been working odd jobs over the last year, basically burned what's left of my savings, made some bad trades, timed some things wrong, but that's life. Lesson learned. And I've been basically trying to do whatever I can to survive and pay the bills. So I'm at a crossroads where I either need to go get a job full time or work full time on DigiByte, which is hard to do when there's no funds for development. So here I am coming to you today for the first time in over a decade with a proposal for development if the community is willing to support that with donations. So with that, I want to do a little bit of a recap here on what we've been achieving over the last few months. And once again, I cannot thank all of you out there who are donating your time and energy day in and day out. There's a lot of people that'll spend an hour or two a day or more, myself included, sometimes working on stuff. So here's a list of the pull requests that have been completed and approved going back to December. And each one of these pull requests requires multiple individuals, at least four people to participate. And as you can see, DigiByte's had a steady, development, and we'll continue to do that. But it would be nice if we could have some full-time development, that could spend 40, 50 hours a week on this in multiple devs. And with a $300 million market cap, there's no reason that DigiByte, we can't raise enough funds to at least get myself and one or two other devs working full time. There's a lot of work to do. So where are we currently? Well, as many of you know, we've been trying to work on and get version 8.22 out the door for quite some time. It has been a monumental feat. There's been a lot that has changed. It's the biggest, development process we've ever gone through, and there's still work to be done. Currently, there's about 67 failing functional tests. That's what I was working on today and this morning, along with Jan, which I cannot thank Jan enough for what he's been doing. He's been a huge help. He should post an address and accept some DigiByte donations from the community too, as well as the other devs and other people contributing. I think the time has now come where everybody that's actively participating in DigiByte development should post an address, at least in their developer profile, to accept some donations and maybe publicly on Twitter. Um, Anyway, so yes, currently we need to get these tests functioned. I think we may have a fee bug to sort through. We need to further test Dandelion and make sure some of the mempool issues are gone. We need to figure out taproot deployment, and then we need to finalize the supply curve smoothing, which the hard cap fix is in 8.22. But these four main things, if we can get those done, which could take a month, a couple months, or longer, it just depends on how much resources we can commit to this. But once those are done, I am very confident we are ready to finally release version 8.22, which has a ton of improvements. This has been years in the making, so we need to get it done. So, after that's done, I think the next priority is to redeploy the iOS app. I know there's a lot of people out there that have fun stuck in it. There's probably several weeks worth of work that need to be done in order to get that out there, at least a couple weeks. But once again, that takes time, which is in short supply when we're all working to pay the bills. We got to update the core protocol settings to match 8.22 in that, and then we got to update the syncing settings, and that should be fairly straightforward, and we can do that. Um, like I said, I know there's a lot of people out there that have DGB stuck in the iOS wallet, and it's a very functional wallet. It's a light wallet. It's not dependent on centralized servers. It just directly connects with the blockchain, but it does need maintained. Over the years, I think we have over 100 code bases in the DigiByte core GitHub repository. It's amazing how much we've put together with the limited resources we have, but over time, it gets old and it needs maintained. Code does need updated once in a while. So, um, like what I'm basically asking for is if you feel that you can contribute 5, 10, 50, 100 bucks towards Digibyte development, this is what I can go to work on full time. I need at least 5K a month to pay my bills, pay my loans, pay my mortgage, and eat. If I can, match at least 5K, I will continue working on Digibyte full time indefinitely. If I can't, if we can't raise enough, that's okay. I'll still contribute a few hours here and there. But this is a test. I want to see what the community is willing to do. So, with the $300 million market cap, you would think we'd be able to fund a couple developers. So, after those two things are taken care of, 8.22's out, the iOS wallet's out. The next thing I'd like to work on is to get this Digibyte stat site out so people can have a real-time source of information to go look at. So, what does it look like? It's a project that I've been working on the side for over a year now. It runs off a core wallet. As you can see here, Digibyte has about 18.8 million blocks in the blockchain, 46 million total transactions, about 16.8 billion Digibyte are in circulation, and the current block reward is 355 DGB. Total GitHub downloads. So the last RC3 version we released, we've had 161 downloads. So thank you to everybody who's helping test RC3, and we've discovered some important things that we've updated because of that. RC2 had 504, and the current production versions had about 26,000 downloads over the last 3 years. So that's a lot of nodes. The Digibyte network is really decentralized. Um, my guess is there's probably anywhere from I don't know, 100 to 200,000 people out there that may hold some sort of Digibyte in some way. Definitely, there's been more that have come in and out over the years. I think there's probably been over 1 million people that have bought and traded Digibyte over the last decade. So let's continue to grow that. But to do that, we need to continue to maintain our infrastructure and update it. Um, Let's see. Currently, last 70 blocks. That's a breakdown by algorithm. As you can see here, it's about 20%, although this is only going back 71 blocks. And that roughly changes, but keeps with anywhere from 18 to 20%. But to really get a good snapshot, you need about 500 to 1,000 blocks of this. But like I said, this is a site I would like to deploy. Currently, the other reason I'm asking for donations is I'm spending about $60 a month on a seed server. Getting something like this up would probably cost me 100, 200 bucks a month. But this all adds up. Here's the real-time difficulty adjustment. You can watch it fluctuate. That's the beautiful thing about DigiByte is we've got 5 real-time algorithms, right? And each algorithm adjusts its difficulty. So that's why DigiByte is so hard to 51% attack, and that's what keeps it going strong. So here we are, 10 years, 100% uptime. It's really remarkable. Anyway, I want to keep this short. I'm going to post an address in a tweet. I'll post it below this video on YouTube. Just to make sure nobody gets duped, this is the address I will be posting. Like I said, this goes to me personally. If I can make 5K a month, I will continue to work on DigiByte full time. If not, I will do as much as I can part time. But I figured I'd give this a shot, before I have to go try and work for some other corporation, and maybe maybe they won't let me work on DigiByte at all. But anyway, like I said, first time in 10 years. This address ends in JT. It's the best vanity address I could generate. It took me about 300 tries before I got that. But anyway, there has been the Digibyte Elf Society. I want to thank them for donating some Digibyte to contribute, and a few other people who have already made some donations to help fund some Digibyte development. So I cannot thank you all enough. And once again, DigiByte is as truly decentralized as it gets because of all you. So thank you. And with that, and the other thing I want to do is, as long as I'm taking DigiByte donations, I want to do weekly update videos for the community to show you what we're working on and what's happening. So with that, I turn it over to you. Cheers.